And now is the question: what do we do? We can get rid of the. We can use the weak ways, for instance, and try to. Yeah. So the probe droid has still 4 health left. I can't do this with Vinto. This is unrealistic, right? And also I can't see anyone. I would have needed to use 1 strain to, with Bolt Slinger, at least damage one of the Jet Troopers, which is also... The thing is, the weakness have good attacks and they have 2 attacks. Even though they are regular figures, they can only attack once per round for each figure, but since they are 2 figures, they are 2 attacks. And I want to use them if I still have them, because usually the AI will want to get rid of my allies, because they are a pretty large power boost for the rebels. Okay, I will try to get rid of the Jet Troopers in the first activation, right? So I will activate the weak ways, and this one will activate first, and he will shoot at the nearest rebel trooper. So, with green against black, and don't remember that they are, technically they are agile, but it is ignored, so they don't get any defensive boost or whatever. This means I get 1 surge for 1 damage, we deal 2 damage on the first one, on this one. We could speculate and try to kill this guy off with Bolt Slinger on Vinto, but I probably don't want to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's go here, maybe. It's not ideal, but whatever. The second one is 1, 2, and attack the same guy, the same Jet Trooper here. It's getting a bit crowded here, so... Oh, come on, no. Let's do this. So, green against black. I keep hitting the wrong numbers here on my keyboard. Okay, I can re-roll either my green die or the black die. The black die is actually re-rolling. The black die is not that good, because there's a decent chance, like half the time, it would land on the same result or a better result. And the green die can only get better, because either I get 2 damage or 1 damage in a surge, which is better than I have now, than 1 surge. So I will re-roll one of my green die. Wait for it. Yeah, so I get 4 damage against 2 block, which means 2 damage, and he already has 2 damage on it, so one of the Jet Troopers is defeated, which we need to mark down the app, which means this is 1 full attack we are saving ourselves from, which is very good. So this is the weak ways, and the first Imperial activation will be the Jet Troopers. At the start of this group's activation, place each of its figures in a space as close as possible to a rebel. Oh, they just teleport to me. Yeah, this doesn't happen because, wait, let's... So this is like, they just... If you played XCOM, there is a... Is it an XCOM? I don't know. There's one enemy who can... It's in the... Yeah, it's XCOM 1 from 2015. There is the floaters. The flying enemies. They can also use a jetpack, where they just jump to the sky and then land somewhere else, and usually just out of reach of your guys, but within reach of their attacks. But this guy, this Jet Trooper, will use the same ability, but since he's already adjacent to like 3 rebels, there's no space where he can be adjacent to more, so he will not use it, I think. Figures do not block line of sight for this figure. Move free to attack Vinto Reda. 1, 2, 3. He will just go here and attack Vinto with blue-green against the white die. No. We will. Vinto is our MVP on defense. He's the dodge tank. So no damage dealt. Move free to reposition 4. In this case, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. he will go here because he wants to be as far away as possible from, at least if it's not more than 4 spaces, away from all of the rebels, which is in this case this direction. Okay, he also has no damage, so I will just ignore this guy. Okay, now it's my turn. I still have the probe droid and the Java. I speculate that the probe droid will explode, and to lessen the load on this, I will just open the door with Shyla and move in with Shyla, so he at least cannot reach her. He will probably blow up, so he will do damage to 2 figures anyway, but at least not 3, right? So we will use Shyla to open the door. So she's then right next to the door. She can just use one of her actions to open the door. You open the blast door to the base main hangar and are met with a cacophony of chatter and shouts through the filter of Stormtrooper helmets. So first of all, we need to build the map. Okay. I did that. And I also need to deploy a Stormtrooper group. And they are spaced like evenly in front of this glider or speeder or whatever this is. But that's not all. We also need to deploy Captain Terror. I don't know. I never know how to pronounce him. And he is... Where is he deployed actually? Okay, first of all, the Stormtrooper commander turns to face you on his dewback mount, fire spouting from his flamethrower. Defensive formation, man. Shoot them down. They respond, yes sir, Captain Terror, sir. Taking aim. He's deployed on the right side. And we will have a look at him in a few seconds here. Oh, I need to stop the grids. Turn off stop the grids, because he's not set up properly. Okay. The command post security console is installed in a corner nearby. If you sabotage the base, you might be able to get all the stranded people to safety. So, place 1 terminal. We will place the terminal. And it is placed in the corner here. A hero can interact with the terminal to sabotage the base. Heroes cannot interact with the terminal while there is at least 1 Stormtrooper adjacent to it. The rebels win when the base is sabotaged. In the campaign, it also says that the Stormtroopers cannot be reinforced, which is very important. And crucially, the hero enemy here, Captain Terror, is not a Stormtrooper. Even though he's in Stormtrooper armor on his dewback, he does not count as Stormtrooper for the mission rules here, right? But these three definitely do. So currently this guy is next to the terminal, and I assume they will activate next. Maybe. Otherwise, I can just do what I want here. I will use Shyla. She will... how much strain do I still have on her? I have 1 strain, which I need to use Mandalorian Whip, I think. 1, 2, 3. I can just pull this guy, right? 1, 2, 3. Pull him to me. And I can pull him 1, 2, 3 spaces, so he's not in the way, actually. And then attack him. I just need to get 1 strain here. And attack with blue, yellow. Remember, I can't switch the die from yellow to red because it's a special action on the card, and I already used the special action for the Mandalorian Whip here. And I don't really care about defeating this guy. I mean, I do care about defeating this guy, but I actually just want to clear the field for Onar to storm in and interact with the terminal, right? Which is actually our win condition, right? So we need to try to win instead of prolonging the fight. So we rolled poorly. Oh, it's fine. We have +1 damage, +1, so we have 3 damage, +1 against 1 block. So, against 2 blocks. So it means we have 3 damage against 1 block. It's 2 damage on the Stormtrooper. On the Stormtrooper right next to Shyla now, which is fine. And that's Shyla's activation. And the next activation is Captain Terror. We will take a look at him right now. He's on his dewback. He's very imposing. the first time this figure enters a space adjacent to a rebel, each rebel adjacent to this figure suffers 1 damage. Oh my god. This is fucking terrifying. The first action is... okay, yeah. So move free to attack the closest non-weakened rebel. Can he do this? He's a large figure. So he occupies more than 1 space, so this makes him automatically a large figure. And large figures cannot move diagonally, right? So he needs to move free and still be able to attack a rebel, which probably don't happen. Which probably doesn't happen. So, we will check this out now. He has free movement, 1, 2, and he cannot stand anywhere. Because he cannot stand here, because of the blocking terrain here. He can also not move 1, 2, 3. Which would also be legal, but he cannot see anyone, right? He cannot see any rebel. So he probably doesn't do this action, because he cannot see anyone. So he will use 2 actions to move 8 to attack the closest non-weakened rebel, right? But he uses 2 actions for this, which means he doesn't get to use his flamethrower this round, which would be actually terrifying. The flamethrower reads, the 2 closest rebels within 2 spaces of this figure each suffer 1 damage and 1 strain, then may test Insight, which is one of the attribute tests. Each rebel that does not pass becomes weakened, which is... oh my god, this is terrifying. But in this case, he moves 8 to attack the closest non-weakened rebel. He gets as close as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Actually, 6 is actually enough here. He can stand here. And he can attack Shyla from here, which is all he wants to. Because Shyla is not weakened, and she's the closest, but the first time this figure enters a space adjacent to a rebel, each rebel adjacent to this figure suffers 1 damage. So Shyla gets 1 damage because he entered this space here, right? This space here is adjacent to Shyla, he enters it, and he deals automatically 1 damage to Shyla, which is currently not that much of a problem. Wait, let's do 3 here. But now he attacks, and he attacks with blue, green, yellow, which is... and he has +2 damage and pierce 2, which is amazing. Blue, green, yellow against Shyla's black. And we will see. She has no... Oh, he rolled very good. Let's look at this sheet. The sheet is actually the same as on the card, so we just look at the card. 1 search for +2, 1 search for pierce 2, +2 damage, 1 search for pierce 2, which means he has 3 damage rolled, +2 is 5 damage, pierce 2, so the 1 block I rolled is basically negated, so it's 5 damage overall on Shyla, which means she's on 8 of 12 health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has still 4 health left, which is okay, I'd say. Especially after this activation. And that's... since he does not reposition, he used both of his actions to do this. He doesn't move anymore. Which is actually good for me. Because I can maybe get Owner into the range of the terminal and actually activate it. So, we try... we think about it. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. I can move and interact with the terminal, which I will do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And then I'll interact with the terminal. Open the app. Heroes cannot interact with the terminal while there is at least 1 Stormtrooper adjacent to it. There is no 1 Stormtrooper adjacent to it, which is why Shyla is so good in this campaign. She can pull enemies off the objectives. Even after they moved, even after the enemies like swarmed the objectives, she can pull off 1 of them, ideally defeat the second one, and then another hero can come in and just activate the objective, which is not happening once in this campaign, but more than once. Okay. Okay, so we just activate this now, and we won the mission. I wasn't sure if I have to do an attribute test or not, but having Stormtroopers with Terror is very terrifying. So I want to get out as fast as possible, right? Okay, the power in the base flickers as Captain Taro calls for his remaining forces to retreat. A second skiff lands outside the base, and the weak ways piloting it call to you. You fought well. Your friends are safe now. We have seen to that. The Great Jabba requests that you come with us. The rebels win the mission. Each rebel hero receives 2 XP. Heroes receive 100 credits per hero. So technically, it would have been good for me to gobble up the remaining two chests, because each chest you pick up during a mission gives you plus 50 additional credits, and usually you get like 100 credits per hero, which is 400. If you gather up 3 or 4 crates, this is almost as much as 2 rebels contribute to the credit pool, right? So gathering up crates is pretty important to actually afford weapons. We got one of them, and since I wasn't sure that we can get the objective done if we don't storm to it and activate it, it's better to win the mission and have 2 remaining chests on the mission than to lose the mission and have like 100 credits more, which you don't get because you lost the mission. So I'd rather prefer it this way. Okay, wait, oh god, I hope this is okay. Wait, first of all, I need to note this down. So we had 1 XP per hero, 100 credits per hero, and then we get to do you're taken through the gates of a massive palace. Wait, we are now in the base stuff here. Okay, so chill out. Everything's fine. We won the mission. You're taken through the gates of a massive palace, where you are where you are met by Bib Fortuna, Jabba's Twilight Majordomo, Shobasa Otmian, whatever. I can speak Japanese. He says in a raspy voice before slipping into basic with a heavy dialect. Jabba the Hutt has a deal to present for you. He has provided safe harbor for your family and friends. In return, you will lend your unique abilities to aid in various jobs as he requires. If this agreement works out to everyone's pleasing, Jabba promises his protection to you and your companions while you remain on Tatooine. He then signals to the Weakways, who escort you to your new barracks for some rest. Place story mission Overcharged and hostile negotiations in play. We will do this right now. So in this campaign, in the previous campaigns to this, the next story mission is decided by your performance in the previous story mission. So if you win a story mission, or if you lose it, depending on if you win or lose it, a certain next story mission is getting put into play. In this case, we always can decide which story mission to play next. So this will also be delegated to chat and to the YouTube comments. We will look at the missions right now and see what we want to play. So first of all, we put into play Overcharged and Hostile Negotiations. Overcharged and Hostile Negotiations. Where's this? The second one. Oh, where is it? Oh my god. Moment of Fate. Storming the Palace, Mutiny, Almost Home, Dangerous Allies, Hostile Negotiations. So these are our 2 options for the next story mission. Don't worry, there are more missions to choose from, not only story missions, but we will see about that in a moment. So first of all, Overcharged. Imperial stockpiles are limitless. They won't miss a handful of explosives. Jabba needs you to collect some of the surplus munitions for his own uses. However, he would understand if the Imperial defenses require some use of the cargo to complete the mission. So we can light some of these explosives on fire to defeat some of the Imperials. Sounds pretty nice to me. Or Hostile Negotiations. There may be no honor among thieves, but they do rely on each other. Jabba wants you to escort a smuggler to a deal on Dosha. there's a lot of tension between the dealing parties, so you need to ensure that the delivery remains civil or at least profitable. So I expect that this is more combat focused and this is more attribute test focused. So depending on what you decide, might influence which skills I buy for especially Onar after the next side mission, because, which we will see in a moment, the campaign is structured in a way that you play a story mission, then a side mission, then a story mission, then a side mission, story mission. So it's always interleaving between story missions and side missions, which do not contribute to the narrative, but give us other rewards, right? So you can decide. I will also so just post in the in either Twitch chat and or YouTube comments which one of these missions you want to see. If no one posts anything, I will decide. Okay, so we are done with this. End of mission. We go back to our base. And then we get to distribute our rewards. So we have, don't forget, we have 100 credits per hero. So this is 400 credits. But we also got one of the crates. So we are actually at 450 credits at total. Then we get 1 XP per hero. 1 XP per hero. 1 XP. 1 XP. Oops. So this is done. So the 1 crate Shyla managed to grab. Of course, this is removed. All of this is removed. And this means we now do our Rebel upgrade stage. This is first buying skills for XP and then buying items for credits. So first of all, skills for XP. We will open up. Do I have Firefox? Yeah. Okay, so I have Firefox here. I have. Wait, I'm not sure if I. Wait, let's do this. Oops. Oh my god, is my sizer not running? It's running now. Ah, there it is. Okay. Cards, BoardWars.eu. So we will look at the XP cards we can use. And this one, and this one is MHD, and then we'll decide what to actually do. So I have something prepared. Haha, it works. You can see me, but you can see Onar's XP cards now. Okay. So we have 1 XP, so we can only get down or keep up. We will do them a little bit larger here. So get down, exhaust this card while you or a friendly figure within 2 spaces is defending. Test strength. Remember, his strength attribute test is very good. Or insight, which he's mediocre at, but you always want to test strength maybe. Most of the time. If you pass the strength test, apply +1 defense or +1 block to the defense results. If you pass the insight test, apply +1 evade to the defense results. There is a So his what's it called? His insight is green-yellow. This is good for surges, but not perfect. His strength is blue-yellow-yellow, which is the best you can have for surges, right? So usually you will take the block, unless you really need the evade, and then there are ways for you to still roll the strength test while counting as an insight test. Okay, the next is keep up. Exhaust this card at the end of the activation to gain 1 movement point. This is very self-explanatory. It helps you keep Onar like in the fight and not having to use too many actions on moves. I'd actually say that get down is better because you can use it for yourself as well. It only works once per round, but once per round, 1 block is better than none at all, on Onar especially. And so I will probably use get down here, and probably get down here. Get down, and we'll remove this here. Actually, wait. Where is it? Ah, it's 3 XP. What I want to use is, in the future, brute strength, when you perform a tech or insight test, you may use your strength attribute instead. This is what I said. Get down. When we have the free XP card, we can use our strength test to either give an evade or a block. We can decide anyway then, right? So we just have to say before. It doesn't really matter, but we will always say before the test which we want to have, and then just roll the test and see if we get it. It really doesn't matter if we say before or afterwards, because it's the same anyway, but we can use the strength test for both of these effects, which is very good. But we can't afford it because it's 3 XP, and it's probably not something we can afford for quite a while, I'd say. So we use get down. I will just get it on the board. Search get down. Get down. Here it is. Toggle lock. Okay. Okay, that's Onar. Shyla. So she has all-out attack or responsiveness. All-out attack, exhaust this card while attacking with a melee weapon to apply +1 damage and -1 surge to the attack results. This is playing into her standard weapon insofar as that green and red, they do roll surges, but they are not very great for surges, right? And we can get like +1 damage for that. Also, this card, the effect triggers when we want to after the rolls. So we can roll green, red. If we don't roll any surges, we can say we do -1 surge, which doesn't do anything, but we get still the +1 attack, right? So this card is pretty good for that. Or responsiveness, exhaust this card at the start of your activation to gain 1 movement point. It's the same for owner, really. Exhaust this card at the start of your activation to recover 1 strain. Since we cannot recover damage with recovering strain, because it doesn't work like that in the app, this card is not that good. She already has 5 movement speed, which is more than the others. She doesn't need more, right? The only argument for this is that if you have it, you can move 6 and still use the special action from your melee weapon to change the dice around. And then all-out attack is better, but you need both of them for this. So getting all-out attack first is usually the better idea, right? So we get all-out attack here. At least that's what I feel about this. Might not be so responsiveness is good for you to get to objectives, of course, right? It's same with Onar, but with MHD, we get so many ways to reduce strain on figures that I'm not too worried about this, right? I can always use strain to move to usually. There's little chance for me not to be able to do this. So having an additional movement card on a card, additional movement point on a card, is like, it's not that valuable. So I'll go with all-out attack first. And we'll just search for it. All-out attack. Doubles luck. Okay, so next is Vinto. Winterreda. So his first XP cards are Pinpoint Shot or Shot on the Run. Pinpoint Shot, exhaust this card while attacking with a ranged weapon, or a ranged attack actually. Oh, it's a ranged weapon. To remove all damage, block, surge, and evade results, and evade and what's it called? Dodge results. Then apply +1 damage to the attack results, and the attack gains weaken. No abilities can modify the results further. This is good. It reads weird, right? Because you use this when you don't deal damage anyway, right? So you use this when you would not deal damage anyway. Then you exhaust this card, or use this card, use this effect. Then you deal 1 damage, get the weaken, and also get Bolt Slinger, right? So in total, this effect gives you a condition applied to the enemy, plus 2 damage you didn't have before, right? Because if you don't deal any damage, Bolt Slinger also doesn't trigger. So this is a way to get more Bolt Slinger to the masses, right? But the second one is shot on the run. Apply +1 speed to your hero. Exhaust this card if you performed the move during this activation, and choose a hostile figure within 3 spaces and line of sight. Test insight. If you succeed, that figure suffers 1 damage. It's a free damage, right? It's a free damage during a move. But, and here comes the but, you have to test insight, so it doesn't work all the time. And this here, it's also free damage for Bolt Slinger, right? At least most of the time, especially in the app. Usually in the app there are more figures on the board than during a tabletop campaign, so I prefer pinpoint shot here instead of shot of the run. Shot on the run is also good because of the +1 movement speed. But I'd rather remove figures. We saw it. If you can remove figures, you're much more freely to move with double moves, with rest, with getting crates. And this helps you move faster than moving and having a lot of figures that attack you afterwards. You're getting wounded, you lose speed, you lose abilities, you lose health. This is not... I'd say pinpoint shot is better for... especially if we don't have a good weapon for Winto in the first few missions. The standard weapon is really bad. So I will use pinpoint shot here. And of course, deduct the XP from Shyla and Winto. So pinpoint shots also on the board. Search pinpoint shot. Where is it? There it is. Just have to remember to actually use it, but I think we will manage this. Okay, last but not least, we have our trusty droid, and he has Bacta Injector and Improper Procedure. Improper Procedure, which we will not take, is 1 strain, exhaust this card during activation and choose an adjacent hostile figure. That figure suffers 1 damage and becomes weakened. The condition is okay, but weakened is not that good. Just to show you what weakened actually does. Weakened, it came up with Winto and now MHD. While attacking, apply -1 surge to the attack results, and while defending, apply -evade to the defense results. Discard this card. Discard this condition at the end of the activation. So the enemy we weakened, he's weaker during the attacks. He is weaker during the defenses. But mostly only the white defense figures are mostly impacted here. And after they activated, this this gets just removed. You don't need to do anything else. Right? It's not bad. It's certainly not bad. But I'd say it's not as good as the other one. Exhaust this card during your activation to choose a friendly an adjacent friendly figure. That figure recovers 1 damage and discards 1 harmful condition. It costs 1 strain, which you saw it. It's not that much of a problem, and we can heal. We can heal with this. Which, since we cannot heal through resting or recovering strain, this is very valuable in the app campaigns, right? During tabletop campaigns, I agree that they are very equal, I'd say. They do the same, just in opposite directions. But even on the tabletop, Bacta Injector is usually better because negative conditions on heroes have a greater impact than negative conditions on enemy figures. Right? That's usually the case. There are edge cases, of course, but especially if the negative condition is only weakened, the balance is certainly in favor of the Bacta Injector. Because if one of our heroes is stunned, they need to spend 1 action to remove the stun condition, which this doesn't cost an action, it only costs a strain, right? And also it can heal, so we take the Bacta Injector, no questions asked. Okay, so this is all of we want to do here. Then we go back to the board here. We can get rid of these again. And now we do our upgrade stage. How does this work? There are 3 tiers of weapons and equipment. And during our... let's go back to the app. During the first 3 missions, we only reveal cards from the tier 1 pile. Right? After that, once we reveal cards from tier 1 and tier 2. And then we have like 3 missions where we reveal, 2 missions where we reveal tier 2. Then we have 1 mission where we reveal tier 2 and tier 3, and then only tier 3, right? Since there are some really good things in tier 1, it's good that we can have 4 chances to grab them. But otherwise, it really doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter? Also because in the, I think it was actually introduced in this campaign, you have like 22 cards and 23 and 24 cards in tier 2 and tier 3 here. The base rules say to only reveal 6 cards, right? But this was actually, the base game only had 12 cards per deck. So usually you revealed half the deck. And if you already bought something, you revealed more than half the deck. So in subsequent expansions, they introduced the rule that if you have more than 12 cards in your Rebel upgrade decks, you can reveal half of them. Since we have 22, 23, and 24, we will just reveal 12 for all the tiers. So it stays consistent. But this means we reveal 12 cards from here. Oh, wait, let me shuffle first. I'm pretty sure I shuffled them, but just in case. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and another 6. And with the 450 credits we have, we can then choose any of these to buy. And we can also, oh wait, we can also sell, our starting weapons for 50 credits each, which we'll probably, maybe even do for MHD, even if he doesn't get a replacement weapon after this. Okay, what do we have? DL44 is very good for Vinto, of course, because some of his later abilities reference the pistol trait, and this works. This is very good. But also hand cannon is also very good for Vinto. Oh, this is very good. This is actually pretty good. It also costs 400 credits. Balanced tilt is very good later on for Shyla, because you can give yourself 1 surge, which is extremely valuable later in the campaign. But I hope that we get it again. Back the pump. At the start of your activation, recover 1 strain, or discard the Helm of Concussion. Also very good. Since we have MHD, it's not that powerful, but we might want to get it later on still. The others are gain reach on a melee weapon, or if it already has reach, you can pierce 1. Automatic, without having to spend any strain or anything. This is okay. It's super good for Shyla, but 300 credits, probably can't afford it, and I really want the hand cannon. I really want the hand cannon. Underbarrel is also good. +1 accuracy, blast 1. Blast means if you deal damage, you can choose to spend 1 surge to deal 1 damage to all adjacent figures, which includes, in the tabletop campaign, it includes friendly figures. In the app campaign, it only includes only includes enemy figures. So even if Owner like is in melee, and let's say Vinto uses the underbarrel to deal blast, Owner doesn't suffer any damage. Hunting rifle is very weak. I don't think we'll get this. It just doesn't deal enough damage. Armored Gauntlets doesn't have any attachment slots. You can see on the hand cannon on the bottom right, you can see one of these bars with with a triangle in it, and you can see on the E11 you have 2 bars with triangles in them. This means that this weapon has 2 attachment slots. The hand cannon has 1 attachment slot, and the armored gauntlets do not have any attachment slots. So this is actually very bad for any character. And these cards, the balanced tilt, the extended heft, the underbarrel, and the marksman barrel are all attachment cards that you have to attach to a weapon, and they only work in conjunction with this weapon, right? The underbarrel and the marksman barrel are both ranged attachments, and balanced tilt and extended heft are melee attachments, and you can only attach them to melee weapons. Yada yada, should be easy to figure out. Okay, if we get the hand cannon, we still have 50 left, and we have 100 left because we get rid of Vinto's standard weapon. So we have 100 left, but this doesn't do anything. this is good for, this is very good for MHD because this isn't a medical card, so he can use this to recover health and strain, of course. But this card is also, you'd never take this card on a tabletop campaign because there are much better ways to heal, namely resting, and this only happens after you rest. But 3 damage healed after you rest with an accessory, you don't have to get out of crates or have to fish with MHD, and also being applicable to MHD himself is very valuable. But we probably not take it right now. I'm still enticed by the hand cannon. The E11 is also very good because it rolls decent amount of surges, and +2 damage on the surge is not bad. This rifle can deal pretty good damage. The only downside of this is that we only have 1 accuracy. We need to be very close with this. So maybe actually Owner takes this. It's actually better on Owner, right? Because he's in the in melee every time anyway. It's probably better on Owner anyway. The DL44 would be good on Vinto. Let's check out Vinto here. He has blue yellow, +1 damage, +2 accuracy. Wait, I need to let's do this. And this is +2 damage and +2 damage, +2 accuracy. So it's the same things here. Does he have an attachment slot? Wait. He has an attachment slot. So if I get the attachment that I can exhaust for an additional surge during the attack, I can still use it here. And I can still re-roll the dice. It's actually... We will get the hand cannon for Ona, I think. Yeah. DTC Defender is actually not bad for Vinto. Wait, do I want this with Vinto? Do I want this with Vinto? 550, can I afford this? Oh, I need to sell both. Oh, I don't know. I need to sell MHD's weapon. He can't attack then. Do I want him to attack? Yeah, I probably need to. I can't afford this. But this is actually... having two actions to perform 3 attacks is, for Vinto, it's not bad. Because each attack, if it deals damage, it generates an additional damage on another figure, right? The only bad thing about this is that you need to go very close to the enemy, because green rolls a minimum range of 1, and usually you can speculate on it rolling 2. So half the time it's 2 or more. And yellow is actually... How much is yellow? Yellow is... like 2/3 of the time yellow rolls 1 or more. So I'd say this is a very good card for Vinto, but I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it. I should only get the balance tilt for Shyla. Does she have an attachment slot? Yeah, she has. I should get the balance tilt because I want it anyway. I'm going to buy this card sooner or later, and I'm not gonna sell it. If you sell cards in the app campaign, you get the full price back. On the tabletop campaign, you only get half price back. So it's not that much of a deal to get cards here for a limited time. But I want to have the balance tilt anyway, so I'll probably only get the balance tilt and not do anything else. Yeah. I'm still torn. The hand cannon is not bad, especially not an Onar, but do we really need to? Onar is attacking with red and green, and the upgrade from red and green to red and red with basically the same other efficiencies or other results or other abilities. The only thing that this is having going on for it is it has an attachment slot, which owner's default weapon doesn't have. But 400 credits is the upgrade is not good enough. I'll take the extended tilt, the balance tilt. So we will go to the app and use the balance tilt here. Okay. Give it to Jaina and deduct 300. This is 150 remaining. And we're not gonna sell any of our other... We're not gonna sell any of our other cards or other starting weapons. I'll just lock this so I don't get rid of it unintentionally. Ooh, she almost got defeated. Okay, so that's it for upgrades. Yeah, that's it for upgrades. Once again, the weapons we didn't take and the attachments we didn't take was the portable medkit, DL44, underbarrel, which I don't think it's a good fit for our heroes. Tatooine hunting rifle is, I don't think it's a good weapon for our heroes, period. Extended heft, which we might want to get later on, but it's not crucial. Hand cannon, which we will want to get for Onar. DDC defender, which we will want to get for Vinto. Vector pump, hopefully it comes up again when we have more credits. Marksman barrel, which we probably don't need. Armored gauntlets, which is bad for everyone. And E11, which I think we will not use in this campaign, even though it's a very good weapon. So, we didn't take these, so we'll just flip them over, put them in a pile, put them up, put them back on the deck, shuffle the deck, and now we are done with our Rebel upgrade stage. So this is what you do for the Rebel upgrade stage, spend XP, spend soldiers, whatever. Okay. Now we would actually be choosing a side mission, but to choose a side mission, we actually have to have two of them revealed, right? So we have two story. Wait, I need a little bit more space here. Like this. And like this. Okay, so we've shuffled this. And this contains 12 missions, and these 12 missions, 4 of them are character side missions for the characters we included in the campaign. So Onar, Vinto, Shyla, and MHD all have character-specific side missions, which are included in this deck. Then we have 4 ally side missions, which means that they give us the opportunity to win the favor of an ally, which the side missions I included give us access to Leia, R2-D2 and C-3PO within one of the side missions, Obi-Wan, and Jedi Luke. So depending on which come up, maybe we will use one of them. And the 4 remaining cards are randomly drawn from all available gray cards. Right? These are generic side missions. They do give some sort of reward, but oftentimes it's just like an equipment or like just flat out credits. So most of the times you probably don't use them unless you have big plans on spending credits like we already have. So we shuffle the deck, draw 2 of these cards, and then select one of these for our next side mission. So one of these would be Extortion, which is Ona Koma's character side mission, and it would reward us the Haymaker reward card, which we look at in a second. And the second is Imperial Entanglements from the core box, and the reward would be the Quick Draw Holster. So to actually get a sense of what we get here, cards, BoardWars.eu. So the first one would be, what's it called? Haymaker. So let's look at Haymaker for Onar. And the Quick Draw Holster is the second one. So Haymaker, exhaust this card during your activation to choose an adjacent small hostile figure. Test strength for each success to a maximum up of 3 push that figure up to 1 space and that figure suffers 1 damage. So we can deal 3 damage without an action, which is amazing. Amazing. Also, remember, Onar's strength test is very good, so this succeeds most of the time. And it only costs 1 strain. You can only use it once per round or once per activation for Onar, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't cost an action, right? So this is very good. Quick Draw Holster. Spend 1 strain. So this is also an accessory. You can only bring 3 accessories to a mission, so this can actually be a problem later on. If at all, I think we would want to use this on Vinto, but let's read it. Use 1 strain, deplete this card when an attack targeting you is declared. Interrupt to perform an attack targeting the attacker. It's actually not limited to ranged weapons. It's the first time I realized this. So you can actually give it to Shyla. So when someone attacks her in melee, she can actually whack them before the attack. So this happens before the enemy attacks, and you can defeat them, if you can defeat them, before they can shoot you. But it is deplete. This means you can only use it once per mission. You use it once during a mission, then you turn it over. You can't use it anymore during this mission. So this is not bad, but certainly not as good as Haymaker. So we will actually use Haymaker, or we will not use. We will try to get Haymaker here, which means the next mission will be Extortion. So how does this actually work? Yeah. So we go to the app, select the mission. And this is included in Jabba's realm because it's Onokoma is a figure or a rebel hero that is included in the Jabba's realm box. So his side mission is of course included in the Jabba's realm set here, and this is called Extortion. Where is it? There it is. And we'll use this, right? So. For side missions themselves, there's the house rule that if you're not choosing one of these, or you choose one of these and the other one gets discarded, not to be seen again. So due to this, you would get through, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. You would actually see 8 side missions. You would see 8 side missions, while when we now do not play Imperial Entanglements, it would remain in play, and next time we only draw 1 card. So with this, we would only see 5 missions overall. 5 missions, I'd say, yeah, 5 missions. Yeah. So we will use this house rule, which is also bad because if you get like a good character side mission and a good ally side mission, you need to decide which one you want to take. But I will also maybe defer this choice over to YouTube and to the stream if I feel to, or if I feel like it. But we will use this house rule. So Imperial Entanglement, which you looked at with the Quick Draw Holster, will not be available next time we play a side mission. Okay, so we will play Extortion. First, I need to clean up my my board here. So for those playing along or also playing on Tabletop Simulator, I'll give a few of the tips and tricks or so. So first of all, I'll rescue all of my figures, all of the Imperial figures, of course. All of the Rebels figures, of course. So I'll place them here. All of the Imperial figures, I cloned them, so I don't need actually to take care of what I delete here. All of them are also available here, so I'll just mark all of them. No, actually I want to delete them. Also this terminal and the card here, and this entry token as well. And then I'll mark all of these, which I have previously set to locked. Okay, and we'll just delete them, right? And then we delete the source of these and get them new again, right? So the next mission will also use tiles from the core box and from Jabba's realm. So I will use this one. This contains all the map tokens or the map plates from the core box, and this is Jabba's realm. Let's see here. right? So, okay. And with this, we just maybe get this out of the way, which I only have to have quick access. And then we will start Extortion. I hope we get through it. It's 20. Yeah, I hope we get through it. Maybe side missions are usually a bit shorter than main campaign missions. We don't have any ally to bring on our mission, so we will just keep our party of 4 here. Also, the difficulty is set to normal, so we'll see. Okay, so this is Extortion. I will put the card into play here.